Our mind is a powerful tool that shapes who we are. But sometimes, without even realizing it, we develop psychological habits that hinder our growth and success. Psychologists believe that happiness isn't about doing more. It's about letting go of the things and behaviors that harm our mental well-being. Often, the habits that make us unhappy have been with us since childhood. So, as always, do it smart. Let's dive in. The routine trap. Ever feel like your life is running on autopilot? While routines can be helpful, harmful habits often slip in unnoticed. For instance, you might find yourself scrolling social media without a purpose, or opening the fridge when you're bored, not hungry. Why does this happen? Our brain loves saving energy, so it creates automatic scripts for common behaviors. The problem? These habits can crowd out meaningful activities, creative projects, proper rest, or moments of joy. To regain control, start by becoming aware of your habits. Try keeping a simple log for a week, jotting down automatic actions as you notice them. Then, work on replacing harmful habits with better ones. For example, if you tend to reach for your phone mindlessly, take a few deep breaths or go for a short walk instead. By practicing mindfulness, you can reclaim your time and energy. The myth of multitasking. Multitasking is often seen as the gold standard of productivity. We juggle calls, reply to messages while eating, and plan the next task while finishing the current one. It feels efficient, but here's the truth. Multitasking does more harm than good. Your brain doesn't truly focus on multiple tasks. It switches between them. This constant switching slows you down, reduces work quality, and exhausts your mind. For instance, if you're writing a report while checking messages, you're more likely to make mistakes, costing you time to fix them later. The fix? Focus on one task at a time. Set specific periods for each activity, and minimize distractions. Mute notifications, close unnecessary tabs. You'll be amazed at how quickly and efficiently you can finish tasks when fully focused. Plus, you'll feel less stressed and more satisfied with your work. Self-criticism overload. Occasional self-reflection is healthy, but constant self-criticism can be destructive. Comparing yourself to others or replaying mistakes can undermine your confidence. For instance, after making an error at work, instead of thinking, "I'll learn and do better next time," you might spiral into thoughts like, "I'm not good enough," or "I don't belong here." Such negativity can trap you in a cycle of low motivation and repeated mistakes. To break free, try viewing your inner dialogue as if you were speaking to a friend. Would you criticize them the same way? Probably not. Support yourself instead. Keep a gratitude journal to document daily victories, no matter how small. Shifting your focus from failures to achievements can build resilience and boost self-esteem. Ignoring the need for rest. In today's productivity-obsessed world, rest is often seen as a luxury rather than a necessity. Many of us work through breaks, believing it will help us accomplish more. In reality, this approach leads to burnout, loss of motivation, and even health issues. Think of your body like a smartphone. If you keep using it without recharging, it eventually slows down and shuts off. Similarly, constant activity without rest leaves your brain and body unable to perform at their best. This results in reduced focus, creativity, and an increase in errors. To avoid burnout, prioritize rest as an essential part of your routine. Schedule regular breaks, even if they're just 10 minutes to stretch, breathe, or take a short walk. Treat rest like any other important task in your calendar. Remember, taking time to recharge isn't wasting time. It's investing in your ability to achieve your goals. Exaggerating problems. Ever feel like a minor setback turns into a full-blown disaster in your mind? It's surprisingly common. Maybe you're late to a meeting and instantly assume your reputation is ruined, or one piece of criticism from your boss convinces you you're failing at work. This happens because we react emotionally rather than rationally, and our brains love jumping to the worst-case scenario. But here's the truth. Most problems are temporary and much smaller than they seem. To break this habit, ask yourself simple questions. Will this matter a week, a month, or a year from now? Or, can I fix this right now? Often these reflections help you calm down and see things objectively. You can also reframe your mindset. Instead of saying, "This is a disaster," think, "What can I learn from this?" Over time, this shift helps you tackle challenges with more calm and focus. Learning to say no. Many of us find it hard to say no, especially to friends, colleagues, or bosses. We worry about seeming rude or losing trust, so we end up saying yes to everything, even when it exhausts us. Imagine this. A friend asks you to help them move, but you've planned a day off for yourself. You say yes, feeling obligated. And by the end of the day, you're tired, annoyed, and regretful. The real issue isn't the friend. It's that you didn't set boundaries. Saying no isn't selfish, it's self-care. Next time, try responses like, "I'd love to help, but I already have plans," or "Thanks for asking, but I can't right now." These simple phrases let you protect your time and energy without burning bridges. Remember, your yes to someone else shouldn't become a no to yourself. Ignoring your emotions. We often tend to suppress or ignore our emotions, thinking that expressing them is a sign of weakness or a distraction from productivity. Instead of addressing feelings like frustration or anxiety, we try to bottle them up. But ignoring your emotions can build up internal tension, which may eventually lead to emotional outbursts or even physical health problems. Imagine spending your entire day enduring criticism without reacting. You might seem composed at work, but by evening, you feel drained and emotionally exhausted. This holding it in habit over time can contribute to burnout, depression, or even physical illnesses. Instead, it's essential to learn how to acknowledge and accept your emotions. This doesn't mean you have to express every feeling immediately, but allowing yourself to experience your emotions rather than suppressing them is key. Talk to someone you trust, call a friend, or simply jot down your thoughts in a journal. Accepting your emotions helps you understand them and deal with them more effectively. So, don't be afraid to feel. It's a natural part of your human experience that deserves your care and attention. Perfectionism. Perfectionism often seems like a good thing. The desire to do everything flawlessly can feel like a worthwhile goal, but in reality, it's more of a trap. Constantly striving for perfection makes every task feel overwhelming, leading to delays, frustration, or even avoidance. For example, imagine you're working on an important presentation. Instead of finishing it on time, you keep tweaking the charts, changing fonts, and reworking the slides over and over. You're stuck in a loop of improvements. And by the time it's done, you're exhausted and still not fully satisfied. This tendency stems from the unrealistic belief that achieving perfection is the only way to succeed. But perfection doesn't really exist. It's just an idea, not a concrete goal. What matters more is being effective and meeting deadlines. To overcome perfectionism, try shifting your mindset. Remind yourself that mistakes and imperfections are part of the process, not something to avoid at all costs. Instead of obsessing over tiny details, ask yourself, what's truly important for achieving the result I want? Focus on progress, not flawless execution, and keep moving forward. In the end, aiming for good enough is often more productive and satisfying than chasing an unattainable ideal. Avoiding discomfort. We often shy away from situations that might make us uncomfortable, whether it's having a tough conversation with a colleague, taking on a new challenge at work, or making lifestyle changes. Avoiding these moments might give you a temporary sense of relief, but in the long run, it limits your growth and ability to adapt to change. For example, if you're afraid of public speaking and always find ways to avoid it, you miss out on opportunities to overcome your fear, gain valuable experience, and build confidence. Avoiding discomfort keeps you in a comfort zone that restricts your potential to grow and achieve new goals. To overcome this habit, start small. Identify situations that make you uncomfortable and gradually work through them. The more you face uncomfortable but meaningful challenges, the more you'll unlock new opportunities for personal growth. Remember, discomfort isn't your enemy. It's a stepping stone to self-improvement. Forgetting gratitude. We often fail to appreciate what we already have and instead focus on what we lack. This applies to material possessions as well as emotional support from loved ones. We constantly strive for more, a higher salary, a better job, or greater status, without realizing that we already have plenty to be happy about. For instance, imagine landing a new job. At first, you're thrilled, but soon you start wishing for a higher paycheck or a better company. You forget how significant your current achievements are and how many opportunities they bring. This lack of gratitude keeps us in a cycle of dissatisfaction, chasing goals that may not even lead to genuine happiness. To counter this, try practicing daily gratitude. Write down 3 things you're thankful for each day, no matter how small they seem. A sunny day, a friend's support, the chance to learn something new, or simply good health. Gratitude helps shift your focus from what's missing to what you already have, reducing anxiety and boosting life satisfaction. By embracing gratitude, you'll not only feel calmer, but also more content with your life. That's all for today. Thanks for watching. Stay with us for more.